Hi friends, so real short video. If you feel like God's calling you back and you're involved in Buddhism, Hinduism, Reiki, yoga, Eastern mysticism, New Age, whatever you want to call it, and you feel like God is calling you back, then come back. It's as simple as that, and it won't feel simple. It won't be simple when you try to come back. You'll notice a lot of resistance. You'll notice a lot of things will come up in your life. In the New Age and all the healing, and all the ways that we can heal ourselves. They always talk about this, like how when you're on your path, all these things will try to divert you from your path. But I actually had the opposite experiences with that. Like I had everything telling me it was on the right path. You're on the right path. You're on the right path. All these dreams and signs, and they all felt so good and they were so wonderful. But then when I tried to go to Christianity, everything goes wrong in my life. So it's not a very appealing thing to tell a person that will happen to you. But most likely that will happen to you. I guess maybe give it a shot, see how it is. And if that's happening to you, then you know that that is the right path. And if you look into like Native American traditions and so forth, like they'll tell you the same thing. Like when you're on the right path, there'll be everything to take you off of that path, like everything you can imagine. And for me, it's gotten to the point where it's gonna almost like, really? Are you serious? Like this is enough. Like I've had enough. But that's suffering for us, and this life is suffering. That's one of the things that really brought me into some of the truths that are in Buddhism, because the Buddha was an amazing man. He was just a man. He was not divine, and he told everyone that too. He also said that there was one to come after him that would end the cycle of reincarnation. But a lot of people just kind of like go right over that. But anyway, the Buddha spoke about suffering and the life of suffering. So we can suffer well, or we can fight and we can war against it and make it really, really, really difficult. Or we can suffer with grace, and it's up to us. But anyway, if God's calling you back, then try to answer that call. This isn't just, this isn't just like an instantaneous thing here, like where you. Sometimes it is for people, but for me, it's been an ongoing journey. And making these videos, this is helpful to me as it is. I hope this is helpful to other people too. But if God is calling you, and sorry, that's my little Bridget snoring. But if God's calling you and you feel called and you're involved with other spiritual activities, and you're not really finding that peace within, that that this is it, and it's a truth that you cannot. Once you find this truth, whether or not your life is all butterflies and beautiful things or still suffering, it doesn't matter. Once you find this truth, you can't just ignore it. And that's actually where I am. You can't. It'll just keep pressing and nagging and telling you, and you'll know it's the truth. And you thought you found the truth before, or you thought you were in the truth, because it seems so nice. And so many people are involved in New Age, Eastern mysticism, pantheism, energy, all of this. It's so many people are involved in it that it's so surrounding us in our culture now that it's not easy to just cut yourself off from it, because it's like a different language. And now I hear everyone saying the universe. Now I hear everyone talking this way, and the universe what the universe has for me. And this sort of language, it's not just people in Sedona. It's not just people in the more new age areas that I've lived in myself, but it's everywhere now. It's even in the Christian church. So I have been trying to make this video for like, I don't know, 2 hours now, and I have to keep on starting it over again. So I apologize. I'm sitting on my floor by my couch, and I'm just like, here it goes. So I apologize for the, not very professional, but I just want to say that God's calling you back, and you can feel it. You can feel it, and you're being called, and you have to listen. You have to listen. Eventually, you can keep turning your back to God. You can keep saying it's too hard, too many roles, too difficult, but ultimately, it'll keep nagging you. So you're gonna want to explore that and see, what does God have to say, and what does Christianity have to say, and what is it? What are you missing out on here? And are you willing to risk everything? Are you willing to risk it and know that God will take care of you? Don't worry about anything. God will take care of you in the end. And I hope that this helps.